Hello and welcome to Mastering Mediocrity Music Reviews. I'm Jeff.
I'm Ben.
I'm Mark.
And we are here today to review, scrutinize, and potentially celebrate the album by Paramore. This is...
Why?
You guys were supposed to do that.
Why?
But before we start any type of talking, let's have some tequila shots.
Oh yeah.
Let's.
What is this stuff we're having again, Jeff?
Don Julio Blanco something or other.
What's it say?
Tequila Blanco.
Tequila Blanco.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
mates.
Ugh.
Oh my fucking god.
Ugh.
Oh, thank God for peace tea. Wash down that
No, you
terrible
could mix that with.
tequila.
Yeah.
Regret.
Yeah. There's not anything
Pain
out
and
there I think
sadness.
that would make that better.
I mean, don't they put like lime juice and something else into it?
Soda water.
Yeah, and
Fuck,
then they
buddy,
put
I
a
don't know.
little salt rim there, and you got yourself a margarita. We'll put the
There you
ingredients.
go. I guess a
right
margarita.
here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the album review.
wait.
If you don't. What? What do you mean? Wait.
Tell us about Paramore. What the fuck? Who's
You're the
Paramore?
one that's supposed to bring it up.
You the one who picked the album.
I know, but I don't have a fucking phone.
Ugh.
I'll say this, you know,
Hold on.
Getting a little hostile on the tequila here.
Let me
Fucking
just
awesome.
let me just pull it up here real quick. Paramore is an American rock band from Franklin, Tennessee, formed in 2004. The band currently consists of lead vocalist Haley Williams, guitarist Taylor York, and drummer Zach Farrow. Williams and Farrow are founding members of the group, while York, a high school friend of the original lineup, joined in 2007. The band is signed to Fueled by Ramen, a subsidiary of Atlantic Records, both owned by Warner Music Group. Williams was separately signed to Atlantic as she was scouted when she was a teenager, and they were the only label to let her stay in the band instead of going solo.
We'll say that again.
All right. Williams was separately signed to Atlantic as she was scouted when she was a teenager. So while she was a teenager, she was scouted by the Atlantic record label.
Fair.
And
Signed a
they were
contract. Sounds like.
They were the only label to let her stay in the band instead of going solo.
Okay, so they wanted just her, but then the subsidiary of Atlantic was like, okay, we'll record you with your buddies.
Yeah, and so
With your
then
bandmates.
it goes on. But Atlantic said the rest of the band had to sign to Fueled by Ramen. She is also the only member to appear on all 6 of Paramore's studio albums.
Okay.
This album, This Is Why, is the 6th studio album by Paramore, released February 10, 2023. It's the band's first album in nearly 6 years, following After Laughter in 2017, as well as their first album to feature the same lineup as its predecessor. It is the first album to have a title track. 3 singles preceded the album: This Is Why, The News, and Seis con Ka.
That makes sense,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's going to end up making a lot of sense with us.
The
Yeah.
4th single, Running Out of Time, was released after the album's released.
That like rounds it all out. But
This Is Why received universal acclaim from critics. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
all right, so I'm going to start off with the album review. In a vacuum, this album is perfectly fine, but the problem is, you know what they've done before. They've got a couple really big
Sort
hits.
of. I mean, I like the only Paramore song that I know is "Misery Business."
Yeah, and then there's like
I have
Not
not
Into
listened to
You.
a single
Yeah.
other Paramore song I think ever.
You guys played me Misery Business the other day, or a week or two whenever we were last together, and gun to my head, I could have never told you the title of the song.
I wouldn't have known the title of the song, no.
But like, that's the only Paramore song that
Yeah.
I'm even remotely familiar with.
Yeah, they've definitely like matured a lot since "Misery Business" came out. It's
For
like
sure.
a
When did that come
completely
out?
different sound. That was like 2000. Would have been like 2004.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, that was. I remember that being like popular when we were just into college.
Okay.
Yeah, like that song has the teenage angst to it.
Yeah, it was like riding the waves of like Blink and Sum 41 and Avril Lavigne. You know, she kind of came in there at the end as like, you know, a punk female vocalist.
Yeah, I went
It was
back
a,
and
you know, a catchy hit song.
I went back and listened to a couple of those older songs, and they kind of had like a nice low chugging, punkish guitar, and
Old
that
Paramore songs.
yeah, and that's just not really like remotely present in this album.
Well, I mean, nobody really listens. That's not really like prevalent in mainstream music.
I suppose not. It's what I was kind of hoping for. I was hoping there was going to be kind of this harder element to it. And there are moments where it gets more emotional or just like a little bit higher energy, but never goes remotely anywhere that Misery Business did, or
Like,
where
you
I
could
would
say,
want it
like,
to go.
argue like most of this album was made with like a semi-acoustic guitar.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, there's definitely some funky
Or just
stuff
a
going on
clean
there.
tone.
It's
Yeah,
a cleaner
it's all
tone.
very clean. Yeah, there's not a lot of like distortion and.
No.
Yeah, I mean-
partly maybe, but
Yeah,
There's-
very
there's-
light.
there's
Very
like a
light.
hint of something that's a little bit more than just like completely clean guitar. There's some Yaz flute in there too. I forget what song it is though, but regardless,
It's like I'm not gonna listen to it again to find
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't a bad album to listen to.
Nah.
It's not. There's just nothing that really like their hit songs. You can tell kind of which ones the more upbeat ones of the album. Although I think like "Liar" is a really good song. It's very pretty. Her voice is very soft, and it's kind of a slower like love type song, and it sounds really good. I think they could have released that one and had some pretty good success too. But it's not. It's not like anything I'm going to go back and listen to
No.
again.
is there?
There's just nothing there that like there was nothing that really stood out. It was all just like okay,
Slightly better than okay.
slightly better than.
I'm
okay.
gonna say that like it was very pleasant,
Yeah.
but still missing an exciting element except for
yeah.
one song that I kind of like.
Which song?
C'est comme ça.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, I hate that repeat. That so say comme ça, say comme ça.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, I just like, and then like the robot, the robot like vocal thing that she does.
My life has become a
Yeah.
chiropractic. I can't do
Yeah.
it very well. I
Will
can't do it
level
just
out
right.
my hormones.
Yeah, it went off
I
caffeine.
liked it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
I really. To me, it reminded me of the. Did you guys see that Wednesday show on Netflix?
Oh yeah.
It reminded
yeah.
me of like that her little dance or whatever, and it kind of reminded me of that.
it reminded me of kind of like Japan pop rock, the 5, 6, 7, 8s to a degree. Just
I don't
just
know.
kind of
Yeah,
weird.
I don't know any of that. It's
What does
very
that mean?
weird.
What does
Yeah.
that mean?
No, it's just like really
Is
like
that a
kind of
band?
like weirdly upbeat. I think Japanese pop rock is kind of weirdly upbeat. You listen to their metal, it's kind of like weirdly metal. It's just got a Japanese element to it that you like until you like sit somebody down and say, "Listen to this," and you're like, "Oh, it's pop rock, but it's Japanese." Don't fucking laugh. That's fine.
Yeah,
Some might say it's radioactive.
I think I would have to like hear it to even know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the
I
problem.
just can't relate.
Yeah, it's foreign. Definitely.
Part of comedy is having relatable material.
Oh, so you're saying that I'm for a comedy? I can relate to that.
Yeah, that's why we're not comics. So, what were your top three?
All right, so for sure, C'est comme ça was
Yeah.
my like. That's the one I really enjoyed the most. And then pretty much all of their releases that you named, Running Out of Time, The News, and This Is Why. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the first 4 songs are very solid. Those are great songs. The rest of the album is like, I would say the rest of the album is an honorable mention because it's all good,
yeah,
but it's
Yeah.
not
great.
great.
Yeah,
I think Figure 8 might stand out in the back.
Yeah.
In the back
I
end.
really enjoy that
But
song.
you probably have to listen to it like 5 times. The only reason I was able to listen to this album as much as I was is because it's like 35 minutes long.
yeah, which is nice.
Yeah. So it was
very
real
nice.
nice, quick in and out. But it's like I would have never been able to get to Figure 8 5 times. Just
Yeah.
just if
We
I
had
didn't
an
have
extra
to, because I'd
week.
have never listened to them again. I'd be like, all right,
Yeah,
these first 4 are good.
I will say I listened
That's
through it and like read the lyrics one time
Oh, you
through.
read the lyrics?
I
to
did,
all
yeah.
the songs?
And it was like surprisingly lyrically like really good.
The melodies are fantastic.
The melodies are really good,
and
and
the
just like
lyrics
the
are all right.
subject matter and how she like goes through the song and the way she structures everything, it's like really good. I was shocked because I didn't think for sure, but they have a little blip on Spotify where they kind of talk about the album, and it made it seem like it was going to be kind of maybe political, very like cultural, all the things that are going on anyway. But it's really not. Like when you actually like read the lyrics through,
there's some hints of it that
a little bit, but it's like what everyone turn on the news, like Jesus Christ, turn off the news.
Deplorable.
It's like stuff that I don't know if there's any in there.
Horrible.
Yeah, anymore I can't hear the word deplorable and not.
Yeah, there was an aim there.
Yeah.
It's a very specific aim, especially since like
it wasn't
the next
overly
song,
done though. It wasn't overly done.
The next song is called Big Man, Little
Dignity. Yeah,
and you know who that's a slide at. Nobody has to pretend it's like an analogy for playboys in general. Like it's going against Mr. Donald Trump, the orange man that everybody's scared of. But it's not, like you said.
This video's been demonetized.
We should
she
put that
releases a statement like it was not. It was about my whatever.
I think the first listen to you do kind of feel that it's cheaply political, but then you do go into it and it's not.
It's really not
necessarily.
Yeah.
And I felt like I related to a lot of the lyrics just with what they were saying. Like, say Scoom Saw, just like, I'm getting older. I think that's kind of what she was feeling too, where like she was describing how things are just kind of breaking down and my life is just a single doctor's visit and just things like that. And then running out of time is just straight up, like the existential fear of aging. And she's getting to be our age. I mean, I think she's 36, 37.
Yeah, maybe that's why it's so relatable, is because, she's lived the same timeline that we have.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And at the same stages in life.
So did you have a top three?
Yeah, I mean, this is why Liar would be in my top three for sure. And then, like, number 3 could be any 4 or 5 different songs. I like Thick Skull. I know you guys didn't. Come Say, Come Size.
Thick Skull,
I don't know. Like, the more I listen to some of these songs, like, the things that I kind of had a negative feeling about before, I don't really have. Because it's like, it's just hard to find anything that's, like, negative about any one real song. Like, they're all pleasant. They just don't like take it to any kind of next level to like hook me in.
You wouldn't have thought this was the same band that put out Misery Business. You just wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you think about like a lot of your favorite bands and like the music that you found them early on and loved, and then if they're still making music now, it's like none of those bands that have spanned 20-30 years are close to the sound that they were,
There are some bands that tend to be the same all the way throughout, and these people might be the subject of our next review, which is Godsmack. Because honestly, when I listen to their like discography and I go from album to album.
How often do you do that?
I mean, I'll hit some up fairly often. Every few months, I'll hit up some Godsmack.
Okay.
But like, their first album I think it's just absolutely fantastic.
Is that when they had their first hit song? What was their first hit song?
Moon Baby was Whatever, yeah, and then it was Moon Baby, and then there was a couple other I couldn't name off the top of my head.
I Stand Alone.
But that was in a later
Awake.
album. Yeah, later album.
But those
yeah. But they all are kind of like in this same region, kind of like Nickelback was. I mean,
I had that. I had
zone.
their first
like
or second
after
CD.
2005, I lose track of all those bands.
Yeah.
I hear you, but like I listened to the latest album once, and it's like, yeah, that's Godsmack. There's no doubt about it. There's nothing that they're doing too crazy. Disturbed is another one that has just kind of been generally disturbed throughout the years, and not terribly much of an evolution at all.
I imagine Old Boy's singing styles changed, because I heard he like lost his voice or threw out his vocal cords or something like that. Whatever his name was.
It still sounds good, but it's definitely not
Aaron Lewis.
No, that's Stain.
Oh, Stain.
What was the Catch from Disturbed name?
I don't remember his name.
Yeah. I never listened to music shit.
Put it up here.
You don't think about Aaron Lewis, the songs that he made with Stained, and now he's
A country boy.
yeah, country
Patriot. He's a
yeah,
patriot.
country music.
There's a song on Godsmack's album that's called Red, White, and Blue.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All
You're
right.
gonna love Hate It. Fair enough. Any final comments we want to go through?
Yeah, I didn't relate to this album at all when you guys were saying how much you related to it because she was a similar age and stuff and all this jazz. I was like, I don't know if I agree with any of that. I didn't relate to much of this album because I don't feel like I'm a 34-year-old woman yet.
I'm not saying like I was bonded to this album.
Yeah,
I'm just
No.
saying like, you know, lyrically it's not terrible, maybe because it's
there's some
we're at the
worldly
same
things
age,
going on.
Yeah.
Some similar worldly things going on.
Yeah.
Some similar feelings. I don't think you listened to the album enough.
Some
you didn't do your
takes that you
homework.
can say this is why I stay home. I mean,
We've been
can't
doing
relate to
this
that
show
one.
with
Like
the
this
same
is
two
why
people. Yeah.
this is why I don't go out.
No, that's what I mean. I didn't relate to all that stuff. Like you're saying, like my social life as a doctor's appointment. Man, I haven't been to a doctor in years.
You should probably get a checkup.
No, the death is gonna surprise us all.
That's one way of looking at it.
So, you know,
So no relation.
No, like I didn't get it. I was like, I don't think I want to stay inside.
No, I don't want to do that
No.
either.
I was just like, man, maybe I just stayed at the surface level, but it's just like, man, I just don't. It just seems like somebody who stayed inside during COVID and like was like, I'm gonna write an album that's real fucking angsty teen girl Molly.
I'm gonna say this: the album
I broke down and ate bread.
Yeah.
From
Can
a-
you believe it?
from
These
a
deplorables.
from a time frame perspective, this
Take the
album.
vaccine. Put your mask on.
The album already feels a little dated, right? Why is she just?
Yeah.
Why are they just now talking about these
Yeah.
topics? It's
Like
too
they're-
late. It's over.
The whole time I'm just like, Biden won. What do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah, Your lovely little libtards have won the battle, so why are you so upset still?
You libtards won.
I voted for Biden. Jesus Christ, Jeff. You God.
You're responsible
Yeah,
for
this
inflation.
is your fault.
Yeah. I voted all red for Ohio,
This
okay?
Ukraine
I did
thing
what was
is all on
important.
you.
not my
shit.
backyard.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here, Jeff.
Yeah.
I can't wait. All of Mark's neighbors heard that because those words that haven't been uttered in like probably a 20-mile radius. I voted for Biden.
Yeah.
Well,
What?
Wait,
Did you hear
Listen,
that?
you can hear them marching.
I mean-
They're coming.
Pitchforks, the torches.
but that tells you the type of person I am. Within 30 seconds, I said libtard and I voted for Biden. I guess I'm just fucking retarded.
As I said, I think it makes it sound like you're feeling guilty.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel guilty about that.
It's okay to joke around about stuff.
Yeah, unless you voted Republican, then you gotta get the fuck out because we can't have that sort of racism in this house.
Yeah.
Sorry, gonna keep a straight face.
So Jeff, let's bring it home here.
Okay, we're definitely gonna do Godsmack for the next review.
What's it called?
I don't remember.
All right.
Their newest album.
Their newest album was released February 24th. It's Godsmack.
Find them everywhere.
Yeah. Check out Spotify.
Yeah.
Let's do these shots, boys.
In conclusion, we don't recommend this album.
Yeah, but like at the same time, you can listen to it.
Like I could listen to it.
I'm not gonna like. I'll listen.
I won't
to,
listen to it
I
anymore.
like to say cum sa just for like a laugh, and then if it ever comes up, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's not bad.
But if you got like red, white, and blue coursing through your veins, you're not gonna like this fucking album. That's
Just
If you like freedom. I didn't take it, oh no. Oh god. It's so bad.
If you liked what you saw here today, please like, subscribe. I'm fucking begging you.
Hit the bell.
Watch the show.
Love you guys.